Welcome back, toy fans, to episode 117 of Ronald's Reviews. And on today's episode, we've got more gift donations. Cue the march. Welcome back, everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at some more gift donations to the channel. Now, there's 3 in total. I do know who one's from, and I've got a funny feeling I know who the second and third ones are from as well. Now, again, I keep saying I'm always astounded that people send gifts to the channel. I'm always humbled that people think enough of the channel to want to send gifts. And again, I go out of my way on my videos to try and not always mention things that I need or things that I'm looking for, because I don't want to be accused of fishing for donations and for gifts. But people are just so generous and so considerate, they continue to send things. So again, to anyone who sent anything to the channel, I am very, very grateful. Thank you. But today we're going to open these 3 gifts and see what someone has been generous enough to send. Okay, so let's take a look at the first package. Now, the first package is from a guy called Dave Surridge. Now, Dave and myself met through the UK Mask Facebook group, and Dave actually has 2 YouTube channels. One is dedicated to things like Motu, to Mask. He's got a bit of Star Wars on there, a little bit of everything, G.I. Joe, really diverse channel. And then he's got a second channel, and I'm not actually even going to attempt to say that one, Dave. I've no idea how to pronounce it, but that channel is dedicated to things like customs and restorations. Really interesting, does some really good work. And during our conversation, Dave explained to me that he had some things that he thought I might be interested in and would like to send them. So a few days later they arrived, and here they are. So let's just quickly take a look at what Dave has sent us. Oh, I can see a note. Let's get that out first. So I've opened this. I haven't opened this on camera. Obviously I've opened it just for quickness. I've not looked inside of it yet. So we've got a note. Let's just make sure there's nothing sensitive on there. No, okay, so it's very lengthy, so I'm going to read it. Excuse me if I get my words mixed up, I'm not great reading on camera. So, hi Luke, I'm not your father or your cousin or that weird aunt that the family swept under the rug. What I am is a fan of your channel. Well, thank you, Dave, that really does mean a lot. After searching through a few bits of loose figures, odds and ends, things like Star Wars figures that I found, and a carded Vader. A carded Vader, wow. Let's have a look. It was something I collected. It's mainly repro, the cape and sabre, but I'm not bothered about keeping it, so I thought I would send it on. Okay, thank you. The rest are loose figures that I've restored using paint that Palitoy used to use on their own figures. I think most of these are Kenner figures, but I've included some custom paint jobs, as well as a custom Miles Mayhem in cartoon accurate colours. Wow, okay, that's cool. I'm currently loving collecting masks, and it's something that I never got into as a kid in the 80s. Hopefully, sorry, what's that say? Oh, I hope you enjoy these figures and enjoy them in your collection. Keep up the great work, Dave, aka Master of Motu, and I'm going to attempt it, Jiraiya Plays? I'm not sure if that's right, but okay, excellent, thank you, Dave. That note will go into my box like everything else. It's very important that I keep those. Okay, so let's see what Dave has sent us. We've got plenty of packing. Again, we always say it, collector to collector. They always package it the best way. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. So the first one I can see is we have got a vintage Bosk. Now, is this something you've custom, Dave? Because obviously his head is very, very different colour to his arms and his feet. Now, is that just a variation that I've never seen before, or have you custom this? I've maybe not quite understood, but he's so cool. So we've got a vintage Bosk. We've got a vintage Gamorrean guard. He looks in great shape. We've got Weequay. He's cool. Love Jabba's goons. We've got vintage Chewie. Wow. Aha, we've got a vintage Jedi Luke. What else have we got? We've got... so is that a Power of the Force 2? Luke Skywalker and Yoda? These were other figures were all both and been pumping weights. Does he remind you of anyone? Well, we've got... now, you did mention this. We've got recarded Vader. We'll take it out of there. look at that. What a job he's done of that. That looks unbelievable. Wow, you've done an amazing job of that, Dave. That looks fantastic. Original 12 back. Wow, that looks great. And oh, finally, now I am interested in this. We have got, according to Dave's note, a cartoon accurate custom Miles Mayhem. Look at that. Wow. Okay, let's take a proper look at these. Okay, so there we go. So we've got everything out on the table. So first, I'm just going to take a look at this recard. Now, according to Dave's note, this is a recard, and it's obviously an original figure, but a repro cape and saber. But that is an amazing job. Now, again, I don't mind repro stuff as long as people are up front. Like I say, I think no matter which side of the fence you sit on, we can all agree that whether you like repro or whether you don't, it shouldn't obviously be sold as original or even passed on as original if it isn't. Dave has obviously been up front about this, but this, what a great job you've done on this, Dave. The bubble looks great. The card is lovely. That's just a great, it's a great figure. Wow. That will be displayed proudly, Dave. I've got to try and do this without knocking figures over. Okay, so let's start with the Gamorrean Guard. Now, I'm assuming that you've, for the lack of a better phrase, touched these up, Dave. So I'm assuming that's why they're in such good condition, because you've sort of redone these. I mean, I can't actually tell if you've repainted them, where you've repainted them, but I'm just assuming you have because they're in such good condition. Now, Weequay, suffering from what he always suffers from, all the paint on his fingers always missing. But aside from that, again, boots look great. No paint missing on his armour. If you've repainted these, Dave, you've done an amazing job. I'm not going to get all these stood without knocking some over, I'm sure of it. Now, I'm not entirely sure about this guy, because unless I'm just completely missed a variation, you've done such a good job, Dave, that I can't actually tell if these are how they came out of the factory or if you've repainted these. I'm assuming you have because they're in such good nick. These are amazing. We've got Chewie. Again, usually all the paint off his bandoleer's missing, his teeth and his eyes, but they look immaculate. What a job you've done on these, Dave. These are beautiful. Is he going to stand? He is. We've got Jedi Luke. A little bit of paint missing on his fingers, but again, not too much paint rub on his nose. Lovely figure, our Shabby's favourite. And then we've got Power of the Force 2, Luke Skywalker with Yoda. Now, Tez always jokes that these guys are all buff, and Luke especially looks like He-Man. But that is a cool figure. Wow. And again, in great condition. Now, I'm not going to attempt to stand him again because he was difficult to stand as it was, and I don't think he will. No, I'm just going to lay him down. Now, last but certainly not least, I want to get to this guy. Now, look at that. So, Dave said that this was cartoon accurate colours. And I think you'll agree that's pretty good. But I'm very interested to put it next to my other Miles Mayhem, which is an original Miles Mayhem like this guy, but obviously in the colours he came out of the factory. Now, let's just take a look. And there is a significant difference. What I didn't spot straight away, Dave, was you've clearly painted the whole suit. Redone his medals. Slight different colouring paint on his belt and his gloves. That looks fantastic. Wow. Can we stand him back up? There we go. So yes, thank you, Dave. I am very, very impressed by these. I really do appreciate it. That Miles Mayhem especially is amazing. Dave knows I'm a big mask collector and a big mask fan, so these will go lovingly into my collection. So thank you, Dave. I really do appreciate it. Like I said earlier, check Dave's YouTube channels out. I will leave links to both channels in the description below. Please check them out. Give him some love. Give him some likes and a subscribe. He really will appreciate it. Okay, so let's move on to the next gifts. Okay, so this is the second gift. Now, Even though the second and third gift came separately, I've got a funny feeling they're from the same person. So he's even coming on my mail now. Who else would send a package with, to Luke, absolutely fantastic Reynolds? Now, if you follow the channel closely, you will have noticed that I have a tendency to repeat myself, and the quote of choice does tend to be absolutely fantastic, but I've got a funny feeling I know who this is from, so let's take a look. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got a note. Let's just take that out. Okay, so I'm not actually going to put it back on the screen just yet. I'm going to read the note first. So the note says, Luke, this is the idea, in quotation marks, this is the idea I was talking about the other day. Now, me and Chris did have a conversation not long ago, and I was a little bit intrigued why he was asking, but he was asking about what car I drove, etc. Hopefully combining two of your favourites in a logical and innovative way. You and your channel are absolutely fantastic, in quotes, and keep us all thoroughly entertained. Well, thank you, Chris, I do try. Please excuse the name of the mask. Oh my days. I had to take the mickey somewhere. It is me, after all. Keep it up, mate. Chris, you may know him better as Smith Lord. P.S. I know your Civic is black, but it really didn't fit the colour scheme. Well, thank you, Chris. Wow, this is amazing. I'm going to put this on screen. I will put my note with all my other notes in my box, but check this out, everybody. So you will know that Chris is a fantastic artist, along with a few other people in our little corner of the community. But look at this. Now, Chris knows I'm a big Star Wars fan, big Mask fan, but more specifically, Boba Fett. Now, Chris, as you can see, has combined the two. Not only has he given me a vehicle that is actually my car that I drive, so I drive an O2 Civic, he's combined it with my favourite Star Wars, or one of my favourite Star Wars characters, and Mask. So, my vehicle name is Fire Spray, rather fitting, Luke Reynolds with Voyeur Mask. Right, I may have to change the name of that mask, Chris, but wow, but look at that. Look at the details. So that is my Civic, but in green instead of black, as Chris said. Got some missiles coming out the top. Looks like some cannons on the wheels as well. But just look at that. In the style of the mask box as well. Chris, that is amazing. And thank you for giving me hair. But look at that. Even his suit is in the Boba Fett style armour. That is amazing. I mean, these guys are so talented. Thank you, Chris. Again, I've no wall space, but I intend to get all these framed and put up at some point. But that is amazing. Voyeur Mask. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. That is amazing. So thank you, Chris. Now, like I said, I've got a funny feeling the third box is from Chris as well. So let's go take another look. Okay, so here's the third box. Now, again, I've opened it for quickness, but as you can see, we look at the top. Luke, absolutely fantastic McCool. So I think it's safe to say we've got another package from Chris. So again, I've opened it for quickness, but I've not actually looked inside yet. Now, I assume this is what Chris has actually said he was going to send me something for a while. He had something in storage and he just needed to find it. But we've got another note. So it says, "Hi Luke, hope you find this absolutely fantastic and cool." I don't think this is going away anywhere anytime soon, is it? Brilliant, cool, absolutely fantastic from Chris. So now I know what this is because Chris has been mentioning that he's going to send this, but let's get this out. So we've got a ton of packing peanuts. They go everywhere. Can I get it out without sending them all over? I've not done bad. So we've got the bag there. We'll come back to that, but I can see something else. What else have we got? So we've got, look at that. We've got an Empire Strikes Back. It's like a comic, but it's a hardback. So is this like just like through the film? You just go through the movie with us? Oh yeah, it does. So is this quite literally just a comic of the movie? It does look like it. Yeah, we've got the Snowspeeder looking for Han and Luke there. Oh, look at that. Some comic covers in there as well. This is great. Now you see, I'm trying not to use absolutely fantastic, everyone, but it's not easy. I think I'm gonna have some sort of seizure if I don't say it soon. Wow. Look at that. That looks fantastic. That looks absolutely fantastic, everyone. There we go. Wow. Look at that. So that is amazing. Thank you, Chris. I didn't actually realise he did these. Like, I mean, look at that cover art. Wow. That's lovely. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so let's get to the main event. So we've got a bag. And we've got some figures. Okay, so this may give away what Chris has sent. If you know your mask vehicles, you'll recognise this. So we've got a spare Miles Mayhem, but we've also got Ace Riker with cruise control mask. So again, if you know your mask, you know what is coming now. So let's just get this open. Now, I did know this was coming. Chris did say he was going to send me it because he knows I'm a big mask collector now and a big mask fan. Chris has sent us Meteor. Oh, look at that. So this is from the racing series. Is it the racing series or Split Seconds? No, I think this is the racing series, isn't it? That is amazing. That looks beautiful. So Meteor came with, like I said earlier, Ace Riker and cruise control mask. And cruise control mask could accelerate or decelerate any approaching vehicles.
Drop the blueprint, Vanessa. If you don't, I'll dump you in that lake and keep you there until everyone wakes up. Okay, Vanessa. Cruise control, increase. Okay! Okay!
He's also sent a spare Miles Mayhem. Now, Chris did say to me that he'd looked high and low but could only find one fin, and he couldn't find the stun bomb or the missiles. However, I'm part of the Mask UK Facebook group, like I said earlier, and one guy who seems to be coming to my rescue a lot lately came to my rescue again. I put it out on the group that I needed a new fin for Meteor, and Gary Pendergast, who has been saving me a lot recently, came to my rescue and sent me the missing tail fin for Meteor. Now, not only did Gary send me that, he also sent me the stun bomb, so I'm just missing the missiles now. But again, in true Gary fashion, he always goes that extra mile. He even threw in a 1987 mask calendar, which I wasn't expecting, so thank you, Gary. And even a spare set of Meteor decals. Look at those. So if I ever get a beta Meteor that needs some love, new decals, then I've got those. So thank you again, Gary. You always go above and beyond. I do appreciate it. Okay, so that means we can now, let's put the bomb to one side. We can now fit the tail fin. That one's in, and that one's in. Now look at that. I actually think this is a beautiful vehicle. Those decals, the shine, it's amazing.
That fireball knocked out cruise control.
Okay, so, and Meteor transforms, and if you just squeeze, if I remember rightly, you just squeeze those in, and it should pop out into what we call, it starts as a stunt jet, and then when it transforms into a little flying pod, which is this. This actually doesn't do much, but it's classed as a little flying pod, and then it also changes to a mobile tank. Now, if I can remember how to transform it. If I remember rightly, if you just pull this trigger, the tracks drop down, and it turns into what they call a mobile tank. And then Ace Riker would stand at the front, and then there should be a missile to go in there. So let's just see if we can put this back together. So if we just snap those back in, it should just pop back in. There we go. Then we are back into that lovely jet. I mean, that is beautiful. Like I said, I'm trying to complete Series 1 and 2 Mask. I will cherry pick from the racing series and Split Seconds, but this is definitely a vehicle that I wanted. It's beautiful. So thank you, Chris. I really do appreciate it. Along with Ace Riker, along with another Miles Mayhem, and again, thanks to Gary Pendergast for sending me the extra fin and the stun bomb. So I just need the missiles now. I will pick those up, no problem. And there we go, everyone. Now look at that. I mean, what do I say to these people? Sometimes just a thank you doesn't seem enough. But we're going to do it anyway. So again, huge thanks to Dave Surridge. He sent me all the customised or repainted Star Wars figures. We've got the recarded Darth Vader as well. Just fantastic pieces, but also not forgetting the cartoon accurate customised Miles Mayhem. That is a lovely piece. I'm very much looking forward to displaying that with my Switchblade. Huge thanks to Gary Pendergast again as well for not only sending me the bits that I needed for Meteor, but also including a vintage 1987 mask calendar as well as some Meteor decals. I mean, that means I can get another one now. If I can find one in sort of beat up shape that needs a little bit of love for cheap, then I can get one and put those stickers on it and make it look lovely and new again. But massive thank you also to our Chris, good old Smith Lord, for not only sending me the Meteor, which is beautiful, but also sending me the Empire Strikes Back book, as well as the customised picture and drawing of my very own mask character with fire spray and voyeur mask. That is amazing, Chris. Thank you again. I will try to get that framed and up on the wall somewhere. But I mean, yeah, thank you to all you guys. I cannot believe that people still want to do these things for the channel. It really does take me back every time, so thank you. So there we go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you're one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, I know I say it all the time, but thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I always try to read everyone's comments and get back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.